very game. He's not no punk. So I'm going to throw up one in the air and say Rico, man. I came up on the kickboxing scene with Rico Verhoeven, you know, Glory and K1. Phenomenal fighter in his respectable sport. If you want to go by the statistics, yes. The fight's favorite, Usyk, yes. Usyk's supposed to win, all that, yes. We can say that, but I'm going with my boy Rico.
I literally is the king of that sport. He's been unbeaten for like 12 years. So he almost has this aura of, I'm the king. And then in walked Oleksandr Usyk, and he just has this, I don't know, man. Usyk's got a presence about him. Oh my God, there was one bit in there, yeah, where I said to Rico, tell me why you think you can beat that man. So I'm like, don't tell me, sorry, I said, no, tell Usyk why you think you can beat him. And Rico just kind of stares at Usyk, and he goes down right through Usyk's eyes, like literally looking at Usyk, and says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do da-da-da. And Usyk just says.
Several boxing experts have now shared their thoughts on the upcoming showdown between Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. Chris Algieri pointed out that Verhoeven, stepping in against Usyk at such an early stage of his boxing career, makes the fight feel more like a promotional showcase than a genuine top-tier contest. He mentioned that he'd much rather see Usyk face established names like Agit Kabayel, Fabio Wardley, or Deontay Wilder, and added that he doesn't view Verhoeven as a legitimate threat at this level.
So Rico coming in doing his second professional boxing match against the best heavyweight in the world right now. If this was someone else, I would maybe be more interested. But to your point, Robert, you know, Usyk is the best around. He's beaten everybody twice. You know, there are young challengers out there for him to be defending his titles. To take this fight, which really seems like a spectacle and a money grab, is a little upsetting, you know, coming from Usyk. But if he comes right back and fights an Agit Kabayel, fights a Fabio Wardley, you know, gets him, you know, with Wilder perhaps, I think I can look past this. I think he deserves to make some money. But in terms of what this fight is, I know a lot of people ask me, like, oh, you're the kickboxing guy. You got to think Rico's gonna, you know, has a chance. I really don't think.
Fabio Wardley echoed similar concerns, saying matchups with fighters like himself or even Deontay Wilder would have made far more sense. He noted that while he understands Usyk wanting a solid payday, he personally isn't convinced Verhoeven presents any real danger. Wardley explained that people often expect him, because of his background, to favor the kickboxer, but he doesn't see the fight as competitive. He also admitted that he isn't fully familiar with Verhoeven's boxing capabilities and hopes Usyk returns to facing proven, high-level opponents once this bout is over.
Verhoeven, what was your reaction when you saw that's the direction Usyk was going down?
Yeah, look, I think it was the same as kind of the rest of the boxing world. It was quite underwhelming. I even said it myself, I understand that he's kind of earned the right to do what you want, but I at least expected it to be some sort of active boxer, someone of some, not to say, I don't actually know much about Verhoeven in terms of a kickboxer, of what his quality level is, but what I'm saying is I expected it to be someone of a decent calibre of a professional boxer. But if it's not, then fine, look, do your thing, do you, and hopefully he returns to actual professional boxing against some of the top.
That Verhoeven's unconventional style could create a few tricky moments early in the contest. However, he believes Usyk's superior ring IQ and polished skill set will eventually allow him to take command and control the fight as it progresses.
He's been doing easy touch, hasn't he, for a while.
Well, he fought you.
I don't want to say he's an easy touch. I think it'll be really interesting for about 6 or 7 minutes. I think 1 or 2 rounds. And then I think once he figures him out, because he's going to be an absolute nightmare to prepare for. He's going to be throwing punches from all kinds of mad angles. He's going to be doing things that he should never be doing. He'll be really awkward, really crazy for the first few rounds. And then I think he'll figure him out, and then he'll punish.
Ade Oladipo recognized the reasoning behind those who support Usyk taking this fight, noting the accomplishments he's collected throughout multiple phases of his career. Although he'd still prefer to see Usyk matched with elite contenders, Oladipo finds it hard to criticize him, especially when crossover matchups like Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou and discussions involving Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul have become part of the modern combat sports landscape.
Some of you might be right here. You're like, oh, 1 second. Oleksandr Usyk's done everything asked of him, whether that be as an amateur, whether that be in the cruiserweight division, and so far in the heavyweight division. Give him one. And I kind of see the argument for that. I'm not saying I like it. I kind of see the argument for it. Tyson Fury had one, didn't he? Tyson Fury had a knock against Francis Ngannou as a heavyweight champion. So I don't see much difference between that and this, although that got critiqued as well. AJ, I guess, had one against Jake Paul. Again, I didn't see, I mean, people were complaining, but he still went and did it. So look, Oleksandr Usyk has entertained me for nearly a decade. And I always find it difficult, and I think I said this before in a video, I find it difficult to say anything negative about Oleksandr Usyk, anything negative at all. Would I like him to stay more busy? Yes. Would I like him to fight the next man up? Absolutely. But I don't think I'm going to crucify him for doing this.
Derek Chisora emphasized that anyone preparing to face Usyk must be mentally locked in from start to finish. He highlighted Usyk's razor-sharp focus, iron discipline, and constant pressure, saying these qualities make him one of the hardest fighters in the division to manage inside the ring.
Listen, what I'm saying is this, yeah. To beat Oleksandr Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head, yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Well, to take the fight in the first place.
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple months ago,
yeah,
I had a coffee with him, we were just chatting. The guy lives in Ukraine.
Yep.
Yeah. He goes, oh, before I came on the plane, I was sleeping in my house, and then those missiles were going over my house, and I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, I'll just go to sleep. There's some craziness, isn't it? I mean, like, imagine you now, you're in your house in Barnet, Timbuktu, and then missiles are going. What are you gonna be like?
Yeah, he's cut from very different stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then remember, so you have to come in there looking to go to the other side because he's looking to go to the other side.
Liam Harrison admitted that this matchup is difficult to visualize, noting that in a straight boxing environment, Oleksandr Usyk operates on a far superior level. He added that, in his view, beating Usyk inside the ring is almost an impossible task.
I think Rico's going to have to boot him in leg or something. If he wants to get any sort of advantage over him, no one can beat Usyk in a boxing fight. I don't care who you are. No one on this planet, he's the best heavyweight on this planet, and he's the best heavyweight of his era. If guys like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua can't put a dent in him, no one's going to be able to put a dent in him, I'm afraid. So yeah, Rico will have to throw a few leg kicks if he wants to get one over on him there. But again, Rico's a legend of kickboxing. Guys like that who have paved the way in kickboxing and have been the goats of their generation, they deserve to get these paydays and these sort of chances to showcase what they can do and just to promote themselves and to get some big money and stuff. It'd be nice to see.
Oleksandr Usyk clarified that he isn't approaching this bout with the intention of making a statement the way Anthony Joshua did when he faced Francis Ngannou. Instead, Usyk emphasized that his priority is being fully conditioned for all 12 rounds. While he would gladly take a knockout if an opening appears, he made it clear that stopping Rico Verhoeven is not something he's deliberately hunting for.
You feel like you have to do what AJ did to Francis, make a statement with a win against Rico?
I'm not thinking about Rico now. I say every time this. Now my focus is my prepare, but I will think about fight only day fight, 23 May. I prepare for myself on 12 rounds, but if I have, when I have chance, I do it. Yeah, but I not think, I'm knock him out, I'm blah, 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 blah. No. Take it easy.
Rico Verhoeven stated that his physical attributes could become a major factor against Usyk. He explained that with the natural size and weight difference in his favor, any clean punch he lands is likely to carry significant force and create meaningful problems for Oleksandr Usyk.
And especially with the weight difference, is as soon as I clip him, he's gonna feel that. It's gonna be like at least a 20 kilo difference. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the start.
Really? What else do you want to do? What else do you want to achieve?
No, I'm not focused on what's next. For me, is like, actually, if we like look at it, what is next after this? I've beaten the unbeatable guy. Maybe there's nothing next. I don't know. But for me, basically, now it's just focused on the task that's ahead, and that's Oleksandr Usyk, and we'll see what happens after.